Hey, welcome to The Explainer. You know, we all face them. Big ones, small ones, the ones you see coming, and the ones that just pop up out of nowhere. I'm talking about problems. They're just a part of life, right? So the real question isn't if they're going to happen, but how we're going to handle them when they do.
So just for a second, I want you to really think about that. That stressful email suddenly appears in your inbox. You got some unexpected bad news. A project you've been working on just goes completely sideways. What is your first gut reaction? Is it just panic? Is it frustration? That feeling of being totally and completely overwhelmed? Yeah, for a lot of us, it's just this internal chaos.
And hey, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's almost like our default setting is to let whatever chaos is happening on the outside become the chaos on the inside. But what if there's a better way? A much more powerful way to approach things? This one sentence, it offers this really profound alternative. See, it's not just about surviving problems, it's about fundamentally changing how we relate to them. It's framing calmness not as some happy accident, but as a deliberate, conscious strategy. Okay, so how in the world do we actually do that? Well, the answer is hiding in plain sight. It's in one incredibly important word in that sentence, a word that honestly changes everything. There it is, skill. Think about that. It's not a personality trait, it's not some talent you're born with, it is a skill. And that single word, that little distinction means that calmness isn't something you either have or you don't. It's something that anyone can build.
Just think about what this really means. If being calm was some innate trait, well, it'd be out of reach for most of us, right? Something for the lucky few. But calling it a skill? Oh, that is a total game changer. It means you can learn it, you can practice it, you can develop it over time. It puts all the power squarely back in your hands.
So, if it's a skill, that means there has to be a path to getting good at it, right? A way to go from just kind of knowing about it to truly mastering it. And believe it or not, the quote itself actually gives us the roadmap.
And notice, the goal here isn't just to be calm every now and then. It's to master it. And mastery isn't about being perfect from day one. It's a process. It's built on practice, on dedication. It's a journey of getting better and better at a skill over time.
So here's the path. First, you have to recognize the goal. You're aiming for calm. Simple enough. Second, you practice. You practice intentionally when things are easy. I mean, think about it. You don't start training for a marathon during the race, right? You train beforehand. And then third, you apply that strength when it really counts, right there in the middle of the storm.
And that right there brings us to the ultimate test. I mean, it's one thing to feel calm and collected when everything is going your way, the sun is shining, everything's great. It's a completely different thing to summon that calm when it feels like everything is falling apart.
This is the arena. This is where the skill is actually forged. The goal is never going to be a life without problems, because, let's be real, that's impossible. The goal is to change your internal state while you are surrounded by them.
And these problems, they can be anything, right? The external world is always going to throw stuff our way. Deadlines, conflict, uncertainty, setbacks, just pressure. This is the whole key. A storm can be raging all around you on the outside, but you can create this center of calm on the inside. By creating just a little bit of space between what happens and how you react, you find your power. That space is the skill.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. This entire idea isn't just some nice, fuzzy philosophy. It actually ends with a direct personal command, a final instruction for you.
Let's look at that full quote one more time. We've talked about mastering calmness and doing it in the middle of problems. But the real, actionable power, it's in those last 5 words. See, it's not a suggestion. It's not, hey, maybe think about this. It's an instruction, a command. Keep that in your mind. It's telling you to actively hold this idea as a priority, to remember it when you feel that anxiety creeping in, to make this concept a conscious part of how you move through your day. And that's what transforms it from a nice idea into a practical, everyday tool.
So we know it's not a trait, it's a skill. A skill that can be learned, that can be mastered. The question is no longer whether or not it's possible. The only real question left is, will you keep this in mind?